let's talk about what are we all here for. And it's strategically living life, leading business to achieve. But we're trying to do something here for all of you who are business owners so that we can understand how you can integrate your life and bring about something that will be a life of fulfillment. So, let me tell you a little bit about the history of how things got started with SBL, and you'll understand a little bit about how it needs to be worked out for you to make the best use for your own purposes. SBL got started in 1987. In 1987, I had been through a stage where I thought I was retired. And one of the things I was doing was starting to write an article. There was a weekly nationally syndicated article called Business Insights that was distributed by Tribune Media Services. In doing it, one of the ways of getting the articles going was to interview successful business owners who were primarily located either in Aspen or the nearby area, which is where I moved, and to get an idea what were the factors that brought about their success. It was interesting because what I found out is that in interviewing these people, and the interviews were done not in a typical way, it's not sitting down like the two of you are doing and making notes. It was biking and talking, hiking and talking, going up the ski lifts and talking, and getting the kind of insights that you would never get by doing a formal interview. But what I found out is there was a commonality. There was a commonality of those entrepreneurs who were great entrepreneurs and had something beyond business success. And I'm going to emphasize that because I found a great deal of these outstanding success stories, whereas I got to know the individuals socially, they were miserably unhappy people. So I kind of excluded the dynamics that were responsible for their success and concentrate on those who I refer to as gems. And what I mean by a gem, I mean somebody who's not only a great entrepreneurial manager who's brought about, and through a strategic manner, brought about great business success, but has brought something to their lives by strategically living their lives. So that these are people whose personal activities or fulfillment, they're living a life of which I say it's the brilliance like a gem, because it's something that just shines. And I think that's what most business owners would like to have, and far and away most don't. Because at the same time that I was doing this and writing the Business Insights articles, I was involved in doing a certain amount of lectures, talks, and on the formula for success. What were the factors that had helped bring about the success I had had? And my experiences and what could be related to others. And in doing these talks, I'd ask some of the common questions. And, do you have a written personal vision of what you want out of life? What are your dreams? Inevitably, no. Do you have a written vision of what you want for the dreams of your company? Rare that anybody had it, more often than a personal vision. And in fact, I remember doing one talk where one man, when the question came out, he went through a great deal of trouble to be able to let everybody in the audience know what he thought that taking the time to do a personal vision and write plans was a waste of time for an entrepreneur. But that you don't have time to do that. You're so involved in the day-to-day. He's also an individual a few years later, going back to the same city, I found that his company was no longer in existence. No surprise. But what I found is that, in general, the entrepreneurs, the business owners had no map for where they wanted to go personally, business-wise. No guide, no direction. And it is familiar, and you've all seen it, and you found it within your own situation. So what I realized that, yes, there are certain factors that are responsible for the gems living a fulfilling, happy life. Yes, everybody can use this information. Most people cannot do it without a process. And that's how strategic business leadership got started. The idea was to take these things that work, that some people do intuitively, recognize most people cannot do it intuitively, and put it into a format, a process that involved exercises, it involved questions, sample answers, that any business owner could use to improve their life, to work towards, identify their dream, and work towards and do the things necessary to attain their dreams. Now,